It's your boy Phil Chard, and I'm here with Chinedu Okeke. A big week out in these streets.
Good to see you again, man.
Good, man. How you doing, man?
Very
long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
We always meet on... Well, it's always here, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a central point.
The central point. It's the hub.
Yeah. So I was just speaking to you. You're telling me about a lot of the projects you got going on right now.
Well, I think you know about the Gidi Culture Festival.
Yeah.
It's exciting. We've come off the second year. I think the most exciting thing about it, we try to step it up this year by making it more about representing the continent and being about Africa, not just about Nigeria. So we had artists from Congo, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, South Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria all on one platform.
Wow.
I think it's the only platform like it, or at least that's what the artist told me, is like, we have to keep doing what we're doing because there's nothing like it on the continent that represents the continent. Off the back of that, obviously we're doing it again next year, Easter, March 27th. It's going to be bigger again. Off the back of that, there's a project that we put together, AHHB, called The Feeling. It features 4 of probably the strongest women on the continent right now, coming together and just making great music. I've come to a point in my career where it's just for me about encouraging and supporting and being able to educate them about the music rather than just about the business and the money and the market. It's like, go back to basics. Just make great music for everybody. So it features Seyi Shay. It features Efya from Ghana. It features Vanessa Mdee from Tanzania, and Busiswa from South Africa. It's an awesome project. We've taken our time with it. Produced by Legendary Beats. We recorded it when they came for the festival. Busiswa put her bit on afterwards. Initially we wanted to put a guy on it, kind of change the feel for a remix, and then we were like, you know what, let's make it about the women, right? They're the pillar of our society. It's a dope song, great vibe. We're going to shoot the video in a month or 2.
Okay.
Which has this great concept of Mother Africa and then all of them coming out of Mother Africa and coming together at the end. It's going to be a very cinematic approach rather than just a videography. It's going to be dope. And that comes out, and that for me is one of those things of like showing people how it's done kind of thing, or it should be done. There's going to be publishing deals off the back of it, which obviously, as you know, in Nigeria don't exist. So that's something I'm mad excited about. So the girls, I think there might even be a project off the back of it, a kind of a collaborative project between all 4 of them, which will probably be towards the end of next year.
Okay.
Yeah. On the music side, there's that, but that, as you know, I manage talent, or at least I used to.
Yeah.
I'm more involved in the A&R and more as an agent than a manager.
Okay.
But something that obviously Poe, right? You rep his music on the blog. It's been really exciting kind of working. Everybody's asking, where's his music? We spent the last year and a half in the studio just creating great music, trying to create his own sound, trying to, you're not just going to come out and do what everybody else is doing. If you're going to come out, you've got to come out strong. It's been long, but we're almost ready. The project is almost ready. But before that, Tech from SDC.
Yeah.
Him and myself and Ikon put together this new group. It's not a group. It's called The Collective. It's a collective of like-minded individual artists who are just making great music, but the difficult thing is, in the industry as it is today, they're counted as the minority, so they're not mainstream, so that they don't really get heard.
Yeah.
The idea behind it is, we know how hard it is for them as unique artists to do it on their own, so let's bring them together to pull their resources, and as a collective they have more of an impact.
Yeah.
And for that reason, what we've done is, I think you could kind of compare it to Odd Future. The ethos is simple: create art with no boundaries. We've got an EP coming out end of next month. We still don't know what it's called.
How many tracks on that project?
It's between 8 and 10. I call it an EP, but it's probably it's an album.
That's probably
It's an album.
bro.
It's an album. And you know the funny thing is, if the video is ready, we're going to put the feeling on it, so it will be an album.
All right.
And it's just great vibes. I mean, I think later on today, we're going to get up in one of the rooms and play some of the music to a few of the guys out here.
All right.
Because I feel, and hey, it's my opinion, I might be wrong, but it could change the way that kind of we approach the music game out of Nigeria. Mm-hmm. The rest of the continent right now is going where I feel like it needs to, but like we need to kind of guide and redirect, kind of come together and just make music that is, if we want to open up to the rest of the world and bridge that gap, it needs to be music that's consumable for everybody. Because doing it out of the East, doing it out of the South, still trying to work it out of the West, rather than making music just for ourselves, and this is that lane.
All right.
I'm super excited about it because it just allows me to kind of get back to the basics rather than just being about the money. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm not retired, but it's like just I want to do the stuff that makes me happy. It excites me. Yeah.
Right. So you spoke of Poe. He's basically been in the studio for a year and a half. And when he dropped Slow It Down, you could see there was a lot more emphasis on the musicality. He wasn't just spitting hard bars anymore.
Right.
So is that the direction he's going now?
So it's an interesting direction. I think a lot of hardcore Poe fans will be, oh, what's he doing? He's not changing. He's just making good music. The musicality of it, he's always been about the music. Mm-hmm. Bars are bars, right? But I believe the music is about more than the bars. You know, any rapper can drop bars, but it's about creating also music. Slow It Down is an interesting direction. It's kind of a bridge between that underground hip-hop that he was doing and where he's going.
Okay.
Underground stuff, and I've told him that still has to continue. The kind of the way that you have your SDC with
Clone Wars,
and the stuff for the mainstream.
Yeah, like even what they do with Shawele, because that's mainly like a house-sounding, big room dance song.
Right, but you know, everybody, I don't think you have to define, some people define their market, their sound. Oh, Poe's got some stuff that's a bit housey. He's got some, we've created this new sound called Palmy Trap. So there's this thing, Slow It Down, comes from this idea of palm wine music. Mm-hmm. Just that vibe, palm wine. So we've put palm wine and trap music together with this producer in the UK. It's crazy. I'll play it. I'll play it to you. So there's a whole like when you hear Post Project, it's not that there's 4 different directions. You'll get 2 of a bit of everything, and then off the back of that, you'll get kind of one direction. But this next one it's gonna. Can I swear? It's gonna fuck people up because they're just not gonna expect it. They're not gonna know what to expect. That's why we're taking our time, because I just feel like him as an MC has the flexibility of, if I tell him, look, that may not work, let's just try this, and he's like, cool, I'll go with it. I could give him a pop track, he'll spit bars on it. Yeah. He's just lyrically dope. He's just he's smart. He's got pen game, like, you know what I mean. He's dope. So it doesn't matter what it is, but that's what I feel like. For an MC to be heard, you need to have great music behind the bars. Yeah. And then they listen to your bars. Word. Drake's a great example. And then he'll drop 0 to 100 just to let you know he can still drop bars. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So and that energy. So it's there, but you have to be able to play to what people want as well. But not necessarily what they want, but so that they can consume it, as opposed to just being above their head. Right? But it's going to be interesting. All
right. So definitely a lot to look forward to. We'll keep in touch. Just send me that new stuff. I really want to hear that new stuff from Poe.
Yeah, you know what? I think before you go, I'll play some of the collective stuff. I think it's definitely going to work out in the East because you guys love good music. Yeah. You appreciate and you rep good music, and shout out to the East for that. So one thing we definitely want to come in to do is, I hear Blankets and Wine is now in Uganda and Rwanda, right? Is it?
No.
Or is it still just Nairobi?
As far as I know.
I've heard they've got plans to do Rwanda and Uganda.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we want to jump on. We want to come out and do that for you guys, because, you know, it's a hard struggle out there in Nigeria when you're trying to just make good music. You know, live music, get out there with a band and put it in. You know, people appreciate it, but the problem is, it's just like the mainstream doesn't have enough space for it. Yeah. We're trying to just push that out. We're doing our own show, The collective presents Party in the Park, December 19th in Lagos, Muriokola Park. That's going to be our first major outing, but it's our own show. So rather than trying to look for everybody else to help put us on, we're just like, you know what, let's put ourselves on.
Just build your own base.
Yeah, exactly. Dope. Starting from the basics, back to the basics, get on the road and build that fan base.
All right. Dope. Definitely a lot to look forward to. I appreciate your time,
excited.
man.
Thanks
a lot. We'll be in touch and we'll probably do a follow-up soon.
For sure.
All right, man. Thanks.
Always good. Thanks, guys.